Welcome to the Exit Files. We've all heard about it, we all love to have them, and we really talk about it for days. But what do we really know about what it takes to get an exit, to get that billion-dollar acquisition, or to sell a company for 50 lakhs, 50 crores, or even 500 crores for that matter? The exits are messy, exits are never planned, but we always believe as founders and funders that exits are always just available. So today we want to uncover all the myths with this podcast series. We talk about what it takes to put together a venture that is worth an exit. What happens during exits? What happens when the ink is wet? What happens when the ink is dry? And what do founders do once everything is squared away? There is just so much to talk about. There is just so much that happens in an exit. So we're looking to uncover some shocking truths, break some beliefs, and we're also looking to set some new barriers, some new findings to change the paradigm, to talk about what it takes to exit a company. The series will only cover founders that have fully exited, and we'll talk about their journeys, talk about that exact moment when the signing is happening. I welcome you to a brand new podcast series from Artha, The Exit Files. Well, hello and welcome to our second episode. And what we're doing now is we're going to start talking about this mythical thing. They used to call it unicorns, but I think the real mythical thing in India is exits, because very, very barely people talk about it. Everybody wants it, but very few people have it. And today we've got a very interesting guest, because they a 9-year journey.
12 years.
12-year journey, actually. So, I mean, the first exit was 2021, but I'm saying the exit journey, right, would have been 9 years, but 12 years overall, because you're finally now done with the journey. But doing an exit in B2B SaaS, right? सबने सुना है, सबने चाहा है, कुछ को मिला है, right? So, I think we're going to talk about that. Varun, I'm so glad you're here. And I really thank you for taking time out of your day. But first of all, congratulations. Full exit, journey done, 12 years. But I would love to now understand from you, Varun, a little bit about yourself, where you started, as well as what was Happy all about.
Yeah. Thanks a lot for inviting Anirudh. And before we start, I'll just give some disclaimers about myself. I consider myself to be a complete misfit in this startup ecosystem. So I come from a very traditional Marwadi background. You would know that.
I'm Marwadi too, so same boat.
It's a traditional dhanda. Like,
stick together.
Trading, we only understand sell stuff, customer will pay. So coming from that background, I find this totally different, fascinating world. And what I realized is I can't, I'm not a person who can impress you in 5 minutes. I can't give elevator pitches which a founder is expected to give, or have that overconfidence always. I can't sell dreams, and I'm very realistic. If I give very realistic answers to even VCs and investors which they don't like. If I don't know how to do something, I'll just tell them that I don't know how to do. I can't commit to the outcome right now. I'll just have to figure out, learn and come back. And I don't believe in fail fast. I always operated with a mindset of because failure is not an option. If I'm getting into it, I have to somehow figure out to make it work. And I'm not that super confident, or I'm generally underconfident. Whenever I see any competitor out there in the market, I'll be super scared. Be it small or big. Even though I have more money than them, I'll be like, okay, ye kahan se aa gaya? And I always assume they are better than us till I figure out, okay, what is their strategy, what is their product, what is cooking up in their kitchen, right? I am not ashamed of even calling the founder and figuring out what they are doing, till I realize, okay, they are also struggling, and I find that, okay, this is fine. I gain the confidence back. So with that disclaimer, I may not be a best fit for a podcast also. I can't come up with some magical 5 points to be successful, or to the exit, leading to the exit. It takes a lot of time for me to grasp something and come back with a really good answer, or a real answer to a question, or to help somebody. So with just that background, I think I've done my studies in, I've done my engineering.
So where are you from originally, वैसे?
I am from Rajasthan.
अच्छा.
It's a very small town, village called Sauragaon, which is near Bikaner. So my family ancestors moved from there to Kolkata and started a garment business, which a lot of Marwadi businesses
Same
do.
here, actually.
So I come from that background. So since I did my engineering, so I thought starting a business is my birthright. So I wanted to do something with technology. But if you ask me what problem did we start solving or did we wanted to solve, there was no problem I was looking to solve. My problem was I can't do a job because my family will not let me do it. So I have to start a business. And I was a founder looking for a problem. So my only drive was I have to start something in tech. And we'll figure out on the way. And that's how I left my job at
Tata Power, I think.
at Tata Power in 2 years. I got married, say, today in March, and after a month I went there and resigned and said, okay, this is the only time I can take a risk. If I get too comfortable in the job, I can never take another risk. So I just left my job, and during that time,
Was your wife aware at the time of the marriage that 1 month later this is
so
coming?
the job was just a facade to get married, I think. So my in-laws knew that I have some work, but my family's background helped that, okay, if not anything else, at least there is a backup somewhere. I don't, I did have a good middle class background, or at least upper middle class background. So at least the sustenance was not that much of an issue, and I did not have too much of responsibilities that, okay, I have to worry about that. And that helped in sustaining. I did not have to worry too much about, okay, what if I don't have money for a long time, which we did not have for a very long time, right? And during that time, I continued to interact with Ansul, who was also my batchmate in IIT Kharagpur.
Which year, IIT Kharagpur?
We passed out in 2010.
Okay, this is your bachelor's.
Yes, bachelor's.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't have any MBA or any of those degrees. We don't come from business background. So he's a computer science graduate. I'm instrumentation, and we both had this drive of just doing something. We want to do something of our own. So when we left, I think the ideas were very random. I could have started a farming business also at that time. And I just got married. After a month, I just took a train to Bangalore and just reached there and let's figure out what to do next.
Wow. Literally the scorched earth, way to get somewhere, or burn the ships as So what was when did this idea come up? So Happy originally was...
Yeah, so it was always a fintech company. So initially, us both being engineers, we wanted to solve something using technology. So there was... so in Bangalore, there is a problem where in the buses, you don't get the change back.
Correct.
So if you pay 500, he will give you a ticket with a note that, okay, 490 rupees, I'll give you back. And you may not get it back, you will just forget and get down from the bus. This is 2012, no digital payments. And we were reading a lot about mobile payments at that time. And we realized, okay, let's build something which can solve this problem. And I used to be very excited about hardware at that time. So I said, okay, I can build a NFC product where I can just have a card, tap and go, right? Or do a mobile payment. And we started building. And very soon we realized that to get this going, we need the government on our side. So we reached out to the bureaucrats, right? It took us 6 months to realize, okay, this is not going to happen because we have never been able to meet a decision maker anywhere else. And then we switched into mobile payments. So at that time we were doing this peer-to-peer payments because we were right out of college, and we realized we solved the problem in a bigger way that I can make a payment to you using my phone and just using the mobile number. This is what UPI does right now.
Correct.
But we were way too early. 2012.
Sort of Zelle, you could say, the Zelle equivalent.
Zelle, and there was another Venmo was there in US, and PayPal or Venmo. So there was no infrastructure here, and RBI did not support the SITs kind of. But we were quite innovative. We figured out some loopholes or some partnerships. Okay, we can partner with a prepaid license holder, then do this on top of that. The product was very exciting. Whoever saw got very excited. We launched it. At that time, we had no money. Somehow we got into an accelerator which was T Labs, and that was
The one in Hyderabad.
in Noida. It's
Achha.
Times Internet's.
Okay.
Yeah. So at that time we were very naive. We gave up 10% of our equity for 10 lakhs. So which right now you would just laugh or frown upon. ये कैसे हो सकता है?
10%
But,
for 10
but
lakhs.
we every single fundraise for us was like अब ये नहीं मिला तो कल बंद हो जाएगा. So we were at that stage कि अच्छा कुछ मतलब we find something to show to our family or parents that okay, it's going somewhere. Right? So we were incubated there, and from there it took us a very long time to launch that first product, and right, we launched it. It gained a lot of traction, and since we are always frugal, within 3-4 lakhs of spends, I could get like 2-3 lakhs users on the platform. Right?
Wow.
And it's just on ground marketing. We just roamed around in DU campuses, onboarded a lot of campus and ambassadors. उनको free में certificate दे दे के okay, do internships with us and promote this in your colleges. Like, this is what I have always been able to figure out, how to distribute in a very frugal way. And we reached good traction. And seeing this traction, this event happened, which I was talking about. We now needed funds to scale it.
Correct.
And we started reaching out to VCs. We pitched on this stage called Tie the Knot, where it was Shark Tank version of India in 2013, right? Where on live stage people will commit. So the idea was very exciting. People were like gaga about mobile payments.
And this was still just peer-to-peer movement of money.
Peer-to-peer,
And there's
yeah.
no business or SaaS on this right now.
There is no business. We are not losing money here in any
So people would
transaction.
pay for transfers?
No, so we'll just this peer-to-peer payments was free, and we also enabled some mobile recharges and all those. So we are earning from that. So we're not losing, as in we're not paying users to make peer-to-peer payments, which you get today in Google Pay or something that. So this was somehow had a viral loop in it. It was growing pretty fast, and we got some commitments on the stage, which later we figured out that none of the VCs understood this space. None of them had the thesis that okay, well, how this will work. And once they started getting deeper, they had like cold feet. Okay, this is not something we understand, and this will require like millions of dollars to scale. And Paytm was doing that in parallel at that time with mobile recharges. So that could be a parallel story in between. So here then we got stuck into some loop where we had built something which VCs did not have thesis on, and we needed like tons of capital, and we did not know even what to do with the ton of capital. We did not come with the DNA. अगर आप मुझे 100 million दे भी देते उस टाइम, I would not have been able to spend it, because वो मार्केट क्रिएशन का DNA नहीं है हमारा कि मतलब हम पैसा जला के एकदम मार्केट क्रिएट कर देंगे. We were always thinking कि हर ट्रांजेक्शन में कमाना है.
Correct.
And if that is not happening, then there is no way to build this business. Right? And somehow, with a lot of serendipity, we reached the right VCs.
But unfortunately, you never got the money from that time not after winning it.
Yeah, that Tie the Knot, that was broadcasted on CNBC, and like a lot of people congratulated us. but
your bank account did not.
But yeah, we were out of money, right? And what happened in that event is somebody from Prime Venture attended that event, right? One of the partners, and we have strategically did a demo to place a mobile in the PVP partner's hand, such that if nothing else, he at least gets to know about it and gets excited about it. And that worked for us, right? He introduced us to Sanjay, right? Who was the fintech guru at that time, right? Because like anything fintech, he was the guy, right? And we wanted to reach to him through it was called Angel Prime at that time. So that worked, and since we did not have any money left, so we said, okay, this is our last bet. Let's see where it goes. And after a call, they invited us to Bangalore. So there's also interesting.
And at that time, you were based out of Delhi.
We initially started in Bangalore, then we moved to Delhi for this T Labs.
Achha.
It took us long. It was just a 4-month program, but we stayed there for 8 to 10 months because we could not launch. This RBI regulations took a long time to figure out. So we overstayed the welcome, and they were also considerate enough to let us stay there, right? Because we did not have any office and मतलब वो पैसा like even not enough to pay the rent, so we just rented a very very shady space and remained in the office for most of the time. Slept there. So the interaction with Sanjay happened, and they like got very excited. They were only impressed by the story, that the way we have kind of continued to pivot and execute, and with such less amount of money we have been able to gain such traction. And they just casually told us, okay, can you come tomorrow for a meeting, right? And that's where we had to tell them, okay, so we will have to come by train. We can't just come tomorrow for a meeting, and if you tell us today, then we'll have to book some ticket in Tatkal and come, right? They were very considerate. They booked a hotel for us in Bangalore, and during the conversation, like somehow they still liked the story, the way we had continued to pivot till things worked out, and they committed. That was our first, you can say, institutional VC which came in, and they committed 500K at that time over 3 tranches. So, and since we did not have much option, right, so we were happily accepting it, right? And they were considered enough to book the return tickets for us to our homes, because it was just right before Diwali, and so that was the first fundraise. But at that point in time, PVP and Sanjay and team knew that this idea is not going to work, right? They already knew. We did not know. They gave us headroom of like 6 to 7 months to still experiment and make it work. We continued with the idea, and they knew that however big you make it, right, in payments, it will always be a small, like 0.1% of the transaction value which you are going to earn. तो स्टूडेंट से आप कितना ही कमा लोगे? स्टूडेंट की पॉकेट मनी 2000 है, आप लाखों स्टूडेंट लेके आ जाओ, कितना ही ट्रांजेक्ट कर लेगा, एंड देन कितनी डिस्पोजेबल इनकम है, लाइक, एंड इट टुक अस टाइम टू रियलाइज दैट. They gave us time, that 5-6 months of time to come to that conclusion. And by that time, they had some other ideas already in mind, that, okay, there can be an opportunity to do a card which can be linked to a mobile phone, right, which was never heard of. And it can be the first in the B2C space. And that's our first product was a big mistake, because we built completely on gut feel, right?
अच्छा.
हमको लगा कि ये एक बहुत कूल होगा, मतलब वी वांट टू ट्रांसफर मनी टू फ्रेंड्स एंड लेट्स बिल्ड इट, राइट? नो मार्केट रिसर्च, नथिंग, जस्ट डायरेक्टली started building. The second time what we did right is we just talked to hundreds of people, right? कि क्या प्रॉब्लम है आपके लाइफ में, वाला ऐसा. And through their network, through the VC's network, through our network, we met a lot of CXOs of companies, right? To figure out, okay, क्या, do you need a card which you can give to your
employees?
Not employees. So the idea was, can you give it to your driver, your son, or
Okay.
That was the initial thought, right? And through these conversations, they told us that ये तो है ही प्रॉब्लम, बट बड़ा प्रॉब्लम मेरे कंपनी में है कि मेरे पास 100 एम्प्लॉई है, 1000 एम्प्लॉई है, एंड लाइक आई हैव जस्ट वन कार्ड फ्रॉम द बैंक विच ऑल ऑफ देम यूज, राइट? वहाँ OTP शेयर करो, ये करो, एंड so those hundreds of conversations then gave us the confidence, yes, there is something here. So I think that
was a pivot then.
That was a big pivot, and we did that right by talking to the customers first. So we launched that product. It took us a long time again, because being in a regulated space is tough in India. Your timelines you can't control. So partnering with the bank, if you think it's 2 months job, it will take 12 months, right? And the money can dry up in that. 500K को आप कितना खींच सकते हो?
Correct. Very true.
So हमने जैसे 10 लाख को खींचा, वैसे 500K को भी, like, we just stretched it.
And the 500K was from Prime.
And that was one of our superpowers, I can say, that पैसे को कितना खींच सकते हो, right? And that happened, and we launched it.
Make 500K feel like 5 million.
मतलब खर्च करना ही नहीं है till we figured out कि कहाँ पैसा जा रहा है, मतलब not spend like on big billboards or marketing or anything. And it was since none of us came from sales background, so then the first tough job was how to go about B2B sales. So I and one of the other guys, like, we just started going door to door, like कोरमंगला यहाँ पे एक एरिया है, like वहाँ पे एक डोर खटका के, अच्छा ठीक है, दिस इज द प्रोडक्ट, and this is what we have to do. So there we had to figure out a way to navigate through the security guard till the finance person, right? क्योंकि ऐसा टॉप डाउन अप्रोच नहीं है कि यू कैन डायरेक्टली रीच आउट टू, बिकॉज वी डोंट नो हाउ सेल्स वर्क, राइट? दिस इज लाइक ब्रूट फोर्स, मतलब कुछ पता नहीं है, स्ट्रेटेजी नहीं है. दिस इज ऑलवेज वर्कड फॉर अस. In India, you can apply brute force. It's not as expensive because you get people to do the job, right? So we went to all the companies. There were like 300 companies in that area, and within a week we mapped out all of them, and we figured a lot of people in finance teams are named either Ganesh or Murli or some variations in this part of the area. So we told the security guard is inse milna hai, jaake. And that's how we got some of the first meetings through them.
It's like John Smith in the US.
yeah. So there will be somebody named that person definitely in the company, and that's the first closer stories happened there. They're like we went.
That is insane, Varun. Like literally going out and just saying, "Hey, Murli se milna hai."
You have to build fake confidence there somewhere. Okay. First day we realized गाड़ी आगे नहीं जाने दे रहा, मतलब क्या करेंगे प्रोडक्ट का. प्रोडक्ट है, but you can't directly go to large companies. It's not ready for them. You need smaller companies. But in parallel, the startup network helped. A lot of startups came on board, right? And I found that selling to startups was much easier. I kept on going to events. And वहाँ से वो आप बहुत बेशरम बन के like every single person you have to treat like ये customer बनेगा मेरा, and इनसे like.
That's a very that's the trait, right? I mean, you came obviously from a tech background, but to realize that sales is where the organization
you have to
is built.
Yes,
right?
and a founder has to sell.
Yeah.
There is no other way, right? You have to be in front of the customer. Otherwise, there is no way to build a product also.
Correct.
And that's where I found all the customers. I was always on the ground, right? And in the first 6 months, just 6 people sold 1,000 companies, right? We were closing one deal every day,
Wow.
each person, right? Always on the field, always like on
And
the
how were
work.
you making money of these customers? Was it on
And this was a proper SaaS product, right? We gave SaaS and a transaction fee, right? So the cards, we gave them cards. If once you transact, I earned some interchange, and for per user per month there was some fee out there, right? And
this is we're building now in 2014, 15.
2015,
15.
right? And lot of our customers were startups, right? And seeing this good traction, then we got a lot of interest from VCs there, because a lot of the startups were becoming our customers. And this was an era where a lot of funding was happening. Where the Series A plus startups, they're numerous, right? There was Oyo was there, or even the hyperlocal companies like all the Grofers and all. They were scaling fast, so I gave you 10 cards and they scaled to 500 in like 2 months, right? And our metrics were like exponential. We have never seen that kind of growth. We were not expecting that to grow that fast. So that piqued a lot of interest in the VC community, and that's where the Series A happened within less than, you can say, 1.5 years of the like seed happening.
So Series A was done by
Sequoia.
Okay.
Yeah. So
that was a big name to have, Sequoia.
Yeah, that was the gold standard at that time.
Correct.
Because not many VC firms in India, and
so Sequoia was a big name, like 2016.
Yeah,
Sequoia
2016 and 17 during that period, and that was like within 3 to 4 months of our launch. We had like 6 months of our launch. We had these 1,000 customers, and lot of big Series A companies were our customers. And what validated it for them is all of these customers were referenceable. Like Sequoia could pick a call and talk to any of the founders and validate, yes, you are using the product and it is actually delivering value. You are going to use it for long term, right? But before Sequoia, yes, we did talk to a lot of other VCs, and we got a term sheet. And that's when this introduction with Sequoia happened through Sanjay.
Achha.
And that fundraise happened within 48 hours, right? So on Friday, that discussion started. Since we already had a term sheet, so in fundraising, this is like a biggest leverage you can have. The moment you have something on paper, like you have the cards, you can do whatever, like you can play on the front foot, right? So, and since Sequoia was the name to have at that time, and they got very interested because half of their portfolio at that time were our customers.
Happy,
yeah,
makes sense.
And they did some quick ref check, called them, and they got very excited with the card story, right? Because they had a thesis that corporate cards can be big.
Yeah.
And they've seen that in US and other countries. So it
It's
matched.
It's a mystery to me why it's not big in India yet, and why banks and NBFCs don't understand that corporate credit cards
Yes.
will outspend individual credit cards any given day of the week.
Yes, and they do, and they somehow that matched their thesis
Yeah.
at that time. We didn't know what thesis is at that time, but it moved fast because we already had that thesis in mind, and that happened within 48 hours, and it was surreal for us. Like, okay, अच्छा fundraise ऐसे होता है मतलब ऐसा.
They wired the money. I mean, the wiring must have taken some time.
It took time, but since we did not have anything to hide, like it was a small company, all the customers were legit, and the DD, like financial, legal, like everything was clean, right? So
17 they put in money. Then when was the next round after that?
So after that, what happened? Then we got into a bad phase, right? We raised money, and we started scaling. So the obvious thing is to put money in tech, scale sales, and get a lot of customers. We got thousands of customers. And then all of a sudden the funding winter came and the startup started shutting down. Right? There was a month, like December of some year, I don't remember, 40% of our portfolio churned. Right? Portfolio as in customers churned. And our graphs like
Down. Wow.
And we are in this existential crisis, okay, like they were using for something. We found a PMF with startups who were growing, and it only worked till they had money, right? They were growing fast, they wanted to spend, they gave money to all their employees, like ye lo card or kharcha karo or jo karna karo. And when they did not have money, like all purse tightened and then no use case for us, right? And we are all again back to square one ki ye to sustainable use case hi nahi bana. Like we found PMF, but back to square one ki ab nahi hai PMF, right? And we had sold to a lot of SMEs also. SME में इतना वो प्रॉब्लम ये आ रहा था कि दिस वॉज नॉट वैल्यू इनफ, मतलब इट वॉज गेटिंग वेरी हार्ड टू मेक देम यूज. उनको चाहिए था आई विल गिव यू 5 cards, बट टू मेक यू यूज, राइट, आई हैव टू सिट विथ यू टू ट्रेन योर फाइनेंस टीम टू दैट चेंज मैनेजमेंट इज देयर. एंड द अदर प्रॉब्लम वॉज द टोटल LTV और वट एवर यू, वी डिड नॉट नो LTV एंड ऑल दैट एट दैट टाइम, बट जितना उनसे हम कमाने वाले थे साल में. So we closed this one deal, which was a brewery in Bangalore. Right? They had some 4-5 stores. उनसे जितना साल में हम कमाने वाले थे, we closed that deal. I sat with my sales team there. We had some lunch and beers, and we spent more than what we could have earned from that customer. That's when we realized इससे तो 50 रुपये per month से तो कुछ भी नहीं होने वाला है. And we need to move up market. Our cost of sales is much higher than this, and we can't recover, right? And by such customers, you can't recover money, right? And that's when we started thinking, okay, the real problem statements are with the larger companies, because we are getting inbound, but we are not able to serve them by the
Enterprise.
Yeah, the mid-market and the enterprise, right? And we started talking to them. We started moving towards them. We gave them the product, and they told us, okay, what do they want with the product? Not just the cards. That's when the journey of the software started, right? So I have just given you a card. What do you do with the card? You will do like categorize the transaction, then it will go for approval to the manager, then it will go for finance team to approve, and then it will go to your ERP for integration. So there is end-to-end long cycles are there. You can't just give a card and do expense management, right? Expense management means something else altogether for them. It was like a totally different domain. Right? So I had to learn it. So the way I learned it, I went to these teams, I sat with the finance guys for days, observed them, what do you do with the bills when the bills come to you, right? And the whole journey was mapped by this. Like, okay, how do you do it? क्या process flow है आपका? आपके policies क्या है? We got their policy documents, right? Every company has different policies. आप अहमदाबाद जा रहे हो तो आपको इतना खर्चा कर सकते हो होटल पे, आप मैनेजर हो तो इतना कर सकते हो, ट्रैवल में इतना कर सकते हो. Every company has like multiple layers and very like nuanced for each company.
Yeah.
No company has same policy throughout India, which is very different from what it is in US. US is very standardized. India में हर company unique है. It is built by the way their CFO or the CHRO thinks the right way. They will build their own processes. So we found that okay, एक process तो काम कर ही नहीं रहा है. And then we had to take a hard call. And that's where Anshul also, like my co-founder, he also believes in building the product right. Completely. We took a very hard call. We'll stop serving these SME and startup
Altogether,
customers
wow.
altogether. and have to rebuild the whole product in a way that it can be configured to the extent possible. जो पॉलिसी आप ला के दोगे डॉक्यूमेंट में एज इट इज़ मैं कैसे कन्फिगर कर दूंगा कि इट विल बी योर customized version of your like
almost like a no code platform for expense
yes almost you put it very well, and that was a very brave and bold call to take at that point in time, because we understood that demand ही है market में, इसके लिए पैसा मिलेगा and the value is much higher. Like once the customer comes they will stick to it, right? So we slowly started transitioning to this software part because this card story was not working out. What also happened in parallel is RBI came up with multiple regulations which made the card story more and more tough to continue, right?
I think carbon cards, all these guys were there at the time.
Lot of them came, they had to shut down. So we had the card with some bank earlier. That bank got into trouble with RBI, so that program shut down. We had to find another bank. That migration of customers, you think like 4,000 customers being migrated, right?
To new cards.
Two new cards. So that operational hassle of that was the first migration, right? And then after some time when we became slightly bigger, we partnered with somehow SDFC noticed us and we partnered with them when they thought we are big enough to partner, because initially they did not entertain us as much and they thought okay, now you are capable of sitting on the table with us and we can trust you. So we partnered with SDFC. After that also what happened, there was a MasterCard ban which is also public, right? We had cards on MasterCard and then we had to transition to Visa. That was second migration again, like, and then also the third migration happened when there was another regulation change where there was some technicality like changed in the corporate cards. You can't do on some particular bin, you have to change it to a specific bin. So for 3-4 years continuously we had a permanent migration team, right? Like continuously shifting customers from one card to another. Each of these costed us in crores, like.
Wow.
And because I have to give new cards to 1,000, like 50,000, 1 lakh customers, एक कार्ड की कॉस्ट होती है, लॉजिस्टिक्स कॉस्ट है, उसमें कस्टमर चर्न भी हो रहा है मेरा, क्योंकि मतलब आपको परेशान कर रहा हूँ मैं बार बार, KYC फिर से कर रहा हूँ. So being in a regulated industry is like very very tough, and in the last 3-4 years RBI has made it impossible for any fintech to do a card. Now you can't do a card.
Yeah.
So that journey like started with us and kind of ended with us, that अब corporate card का कोई scope नहीं है. So in parallel, since we started this software journey, that helped us sustain, क्योंकि 50% revenue card से आ रहा था, 50% इससे आ रहा था. This software journey grew, but what also happened in hindsight now I can tell, we moved from a VC fundable story to slightly non-fundable story, which we did not know at that time कि कोई thesis क्या होती है या VC fundable business क्या होता है. We were just following the money. Customer पैसा कहाँ देने वाला है, उनको value हमको deliver करनी है. So whenever we have customers, I think fundraise हो जाता है. Like if you have customers, people will
chase the customer, the VC will chase you.
VC will chase you. But this transition, although this transition was supported by Sequoia, again, we told them that SME में ये problem है, startup में ये problem है. The real business can be built in the enterprise space. Both Prime and Sequoia were very supportive. They told it will take time. Although we did not need money at that time, they said, okay, we'll preempt, we'll do your Series B. Right?
Oh, wow.
Because they trusted us in the execution, like, and we were not foolish with the money. We did not spend on random things, right? And even in the branding side, we were like very frugal, and we found great ways to build brand, right? When we shifted to enterprise, that brand building journey.
How much did you raise in Series B?
That was 10 million.
10 million.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Not even looking for money, got 10 million.
Yeah, so that's and when you are looking for it, you don't get it.
It's a very old adage in the VC ecosystem.
Yeah.
When you want money, ask for advice.
Right.
And when you ask for money, you'll get advice.
Yeah. So we were just asking for advice here, that this is what we are thinking. We want to build an enterprise play. The problem was even Sequoia had not seen an enterprise play in India, right? And they did not have a thesis. So they could not tell us this is how it will pan out. And nobody had built an enterprise business where they are selling to India.
Correct.
Everybody was selling to US. India में customer से पैसे लेके आना, right? Recurring they are not used to it. They are used to paying one time. मैं आपको one time 20 लाख भी दे दूंगा, but मेरे से हर साल मत मांगो. Right? They're used to paying AMCs
Perpetual
and
licenses, yeah.
this was completely new, right? Getting money out of them. And this was a very long, arduous journey for us to shift to enterprise. The whole team mindset to shift to enterprise also. Product shift to and it took almost 1.5 years to build the product. During that time, what do you do, right? So we built really good PPTs and videos. This is how the product will look like, and use that to sell to the customers. Like this is like sold on PPTs and videos, and they got sold on the idea that yes, this is what we want, and they were also very happy that we were ready to build with them. So that's how we landed some of the really large names which we thought were inaccessible to us. मतलब जो बचपन से हम सुनते आ रहे हैं कि अच्छा टाटा बिरला अदानी मतलब these kind of names, अच्छा ये इंडिया में सबसे बड़े कंपनीज हैं, and like these are like dream companies to work with. We started gaining traction in some of those companies, although we were not
And
getting.
they were paying you, which is very, very interesting.
Yeah, they are not paying as much. They saw it as like a steal deal for them कि मतलब अच्छा ठीक है बहुत सस्ते में कुछ मिल रहा है, and they are ready to work with us, and we were ready to work for at least one
So
and a half.
Series B happened 2019-20, I'm guessing.
It's 2017-18 मतलब within like
Acha,
that
short period from the
short
series.
period from series A, and like money gives you like superpowers sometimes. Like ऐसा आप अंधे हो जाते हो कि पैसा तो मिल ही जाएगा. So we are not worried about कि next round raise करने में कोई problem होना नहीं है if you just get good customers. And we did not realize this transition, what this transition will do to us. Although this was really good for the business, it built a sustainable business for us. We built the brand in a really beautiful way. I figured
What
out
were revenues like 17, 18, 19, 20?
I think first initially the revenues were slightly higher than they dipped due to this. It must be in the 2-3 million range, and then they dipped.
Annual.
Yeah, and then they dipped, and then it slightly grew from that range to I think 5 to 6 million revenue till 2019. I think.
Acha.
Yeah, in ARR. Right. So
And this is all like pure SaaS revenue at this point.
yeah, 80% is pure. Some transactional revenue was still जो legacy business चल रहा था.
So let's assume 4.5 million was pure SaaS.
Yeah.
And that too, I mean, this is pre-2020 India.
Yeah. So this like lot of this was coming from the smaller companies which we already had. We did not like you can say, we did not have the luxury to say okay we will not serve you. So that revenue was dear to us. So we continued serving them. वो revenue continue हुआ. The enterprise revenue started picking up, but it was a tough journey. Like मतलब to even realize कि enterprise चलता कैसे है, बेचना कैसे है, and that whole black hole, even servicing them, getting customers, or even building a brand. मतलब एक enterprise आपको trust नहीं करेगा till they see that 10 others are using you, and वो आपको मतलब till they see that you are going to last. Right? That's their biggest fear. They are going to lose, that CIO is going to lose their job, right? If they bet
I
you.
think Ashish Tulsian said it really recently on a podcast with me.
That's true, actually. So
जब तक आपकी उसने एक वर्ड किया औकात नहीं है, राइट? जब तक आपकी औकात नहीं होगी तब तक आप वहाँ पहुँच ही नहीं पाओगे, and you won't even be able to understand what business you are not getting until you reach that level of औकात, if you could call it.
That's true.
I mean, you could also call it the level of the performance or the level of qualification in some ways. Until you're at X qualification, that business will never even be seen.
Yes.
Because it's that far away.
Yes.
So then then to 2020 must have been a pretty watershed year, or what
even till that 2019 was a like the first reality hit us, that even after getting so many large enterprise logos, now we had good traction. We thought, okay, this is the time to scale.
And profitable? What was the business like?
No, we were not profitable because we had raised recently. So we had scaled the sales teams. We had scaled we were not spending like too much on marketing, but the team was scaled up. So we were burning money on the team. Like we front loaded the cost on the sales, and the product was also quite heavy. Like we built pretty heavy tech for the card, and like it was all regulated. So वो licensed है, सारे regulations वहाँ apply होते हैं. And this is the time when we thought, okay, now let's go out in the market and raise the money for the next round, right? And वहाँ पे that first reality hit us, that okay, we got the business, we got the money, we got the right customers. So a lot of VCs were getting interested because they had not seen an India SaaS story till now. They were looking into it deep, but they were comparing with the US SaaS economics. Right?
हाँ.
कि आपका CAC to LTV क्या चल रहा है, रिपीटेबिलिटी क्या है, सेल साइकिल कैसे चलता है, एंड ऑल ऑफ दिस वर न्यू क्वेश्चंस फॉर अस. मतलब ये उन्होंने सुना ही नहीं कभी. ठीक है. तो इनिशियल कन्वर्सेशंस हो रहे थे बिकॉज वी हैड गुड VCs, वी गॉट गुड इंट्रोज, बट those conversations fizzled out when they started getting deeper into the actual numbers.
Because I'm guessing about, at that time you were saying about maybe you had 5 or 6 million.
हाँ, but उसमें growth was very unpredictable. I always had a pipeline of 20 crores कि इतना धंधा आने वाला है, but उसमें से इस क्वार्टर कितना क्लोज होगा, like I can't tell you, I can't commit. 6 करोड़ भी हो सकता है, 0 भी हो सकता है. And that's how unpredictable the enterprise SaaS is in India. All of that can close in one quarter and then you have dry quarters, right? And that sales pipeline or that playbook never gets built, right? The one which VCs are looking for. कि अच्छा SaaS तो ऐसा चलता है, या आपकी pipeline ऐसे होगी, उसमें conversion ratios stage 1, stage 2, stage 3 ऐसा चलेगा. That never worked. Like we were always creating that data, but we never had that data. मतलब वो फेक तो करना, मतलब वी नेवर फेक द डेटा, दैट वाज ऑलवेज द केस. मतलब जो डेटा बनता है इंटरनली दैट वाज ऑलवेज जेन्युइन, एंड दिखाने के लिए भी वही सेम डेटा जाएगा जो इंटरनल डेटा है, राइट. वी वर ऑलवेज क्लियर अबाउट दैट कि वी हैव टू बी जेन्युइन विथ एनी कन्वर्सेशन, बी इट विथ कस्टमर और द VC. सो वहाँ पे जो डेटा दिखा रहे हैं सेल्स पाइपलाइन का भी, या फिर इवन द रिटेंशंस एंड ऑल, everything is looking good कि retentions अच्छा है, customers अच्छे हैं, these are the logos you can get in the, इससे ऊपर नहीं जा सकते आप. But somewhere the you can say revenue is not predictable. दूसरा ये हुआ कि we never realized कि we have to think of market size. ये एक सबसे बड़ी गलती फर्स्ट टाइम फाउंडर्स आई थिंक करते होंगे कि मतलब आपको टॉप डाउन सोचना भी पड़ता है कि जो VC सोचते हैं, विच आई हैव अ हाइंडसाइट नाउ व्हेन आई लुक एट अ बिजनेस, इफ आई वांट टू इन्वेस्ट इन इट आई विल लुक एट अच्छा मार्केट साइज क्या, विच वी थॉट कि अच्छा मार्केट साइज कौन देखता है, वी आर ग्रोइंग कस्टमर्स, वी विल ग्रो रेवेन्यू, बट दिस SaaS मार्केट वाज जस्ट 100 million इन इंडिया फॉर द होल ट्रैवल एंड एक्सपेंस मैनेजमेंट, एंड दैट्स वेयर VCs हैड अ कोल्ड फीट ऑल्सो कि मतलब आप कितना, मतलब आप
50% मार्केट शेयर,
50% मार्केट शेयर तो कैप्चर करना ही एक मतलब खुद में. हाँ,
let's go really wild. 50% market share बना दिया आपने, monopoly हो. Even then you're at 50 million a year, which is not.
And now we are at a point of no return. Really, we have invested heavily into it. Product ऐसा बना दिया कि सिर्फ वही काम कर सकता है. And burn भी है. Like we are running wild on the street, getting customers. और teams भी हमने ऐसी मतलब फिर customer success team चाहिए, क्योंकि इनको बेचने के बाद 10 लोग चाहिए सर्विस के लिए, मतलब. And sales cycle are like 6 to 12 months and then it takes 12 months to implement and get the revenue. तो 2 साल की साइकिल है एंटरप्राइज की, राइट. दैट्स द रियलिटी ऑफ, लाइक आपको पैसा आते आते 2 साल लगेगा कन्वर्सेशन स्टार्ट करने के बाद.
दैट्स मोस्ट पीपल डोंट रियलाइज दैट, राइट, कि एंटरप्राइज कन्वर्सेशन अगर आप इफ यू स्टार्ट टुडे,
या
रियलाइजेशन ऑफ मनी विल हैपन, आई से 450 days, यू आर सेइंग 730 days.
Yeah.
But you're saying कि because by the time implementation, approvals, blah 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 happens, money is going to come at the end of.
And there are 100 things which can go wrong within this whole period. It's like closing a funding round. Till money is in your bank, it's not done. Same with enterprise customer. Till money is in your bank, they can cancel the deal anytime. तो ये 2 साल का realization made this very unpredictable. आप कभी किसी को ऐसा funnel नहीं दिखा सकते कि अच्छा ये कुछ इस क्वार्टर क्लोज होगा, ये पैसा नेक्स्ट क्वार्टर आ जाएगा तो मेरा रेवेन्यू ऐसे बढ़ जाएगा. दैट वाज ऑल लाइक अभी तक का डेटा ये है, आगे का डेटा एक्सेल पे है खाली. एक्सेल पे ग्रोथ ऐसे दिख रही है बट एक्चुअल ग्रोथ हो रही है विच इज लाइक फ्लैट इज मतलब 30%, 40% एनुअल.
एंड 40% ग्रोथ इन SaaS इज नॉट
मतलब ऐसे
नॉट अ VC फंडेबल.
हां, VC फंडेबल नहीं है और मतलब इट्स नॉट प्राइवेट. हां, मतलब इट्स तो and somehow we realized later कि अच्छा VC fundable क्या होता है, and because we were already funded by VC, we thought we are VC fundable. तो वहाँ पे although Sequoia somehow did warn us initially कि मतलब this is a very different business and मतलब it will take time, so they preempted the round, but later also they also said okay, this like the opportunity here in India looks very limited for you to provide an exit to a VC is going to be very difficult from here. So
and by this time Prime is in the deal for 5 years.
Prime is in the deal for 5 years. They are very patient investors, one of the best in the industry, we can say. they took a lot of equity from us, but I don't regret it at all. Right? They worked with us like co-founders for the first 6 months. They got the bank deals done for us. Otherwise, दो लोगों को bank partner नहीं करता है. Right?
Correct.
They had this initial idea of that card which can be done, and like they've provided that value, and still they are like till the last.
In fact, we met because of Sanjay. So
yeah.
But I want to come back, and now let's get towards this exit, right? So you're 2019-20 you're raising, obviously.
No, so that was the big valley of death which started for us, right? What you call in the startup parlance कि मतलब अब पैसा भी नहीं है, कोई fund करने को भी ready नहीं है, and what do you do then, right? And you are already on a treadmill which is like अब आप भाग रहे हो उस पे. So that's when we started taking stock. What I always did as a financial hygiene with my finance head is like I always regularly sat with him and saw the real money in bank and always calculated the runway in the real like simple way. Like कितना पैसा है बैंक में, कितना खर्चा कर रहे हैं, कितना burn हो रहा है, कितने दिन तक टिकेगा. The moment it goes below 12, it's always panic mode, right? Operate in panic mode, and it can't go below 12. That was my like rule of.
That's insane. I know founders are okay with 1.2 months of.
So we were always like clear कि मतलब we can't operate in that zone, right? कि we are looking. So survival is the first priority. कम वॉट में मतलब VC के लिए बिल्ड करना है, चलो ठीक है कि मतलब हम स्केल करना है किसी भी तरह से, बट this is the first priority. If you don't have money beyond 12 months, right, you can't execute any strategy, right? And that we kept as a clear rule always. The moment money like started looking like a 12-month of runway, it's like we have to operate like एक महीने का ही runway and like start cutting down on all expenses. So that's what we did first in 2019. Started taking stock and figured out कि अब इसको if we don't have the money, how do we operate?
Correct.
And then came 2020, which deepened that valley of death because our business was travel and expense, and all travel stopped, right? So all the transactional revenue stopped, whether that 20% which was coming, that was gone. And even the SaaS took a big hit, right? And that's when, again, we had to take deeper cuts, lot of salary cuts, lot of things we had to do to sustain through that period. And come 2021, right, by that time, through lot of multiple you can say executions, what we were at a stage where that 12-month runway had now extended to 18 months, right? And we continued to grow in terms of number of customers.
Because I think 2023 revenues for you were 106 crores.
By the time we got 2021, 2022, I think, yeah. The peak, I think, at the peak, we almost hit 14-15 million of ARR, right? Like by the time we got acquired, right? And this is the time we realized how like resilient of a company we have built, right? Real customers matter. मतलब पैसा कस्टमर से आ रहा है and you can sustain that. That was the first time we thought कि हम कस्टमर के पैसे पे जी सकते हैं. मतलब we could not believe कि अच्छा बिना VC के पैसे के भी धंधा चल सकता है. That belief set in the company completely.
Profit became.
मतलब हाँ, we almost reached break even by that end of 2021 कि monthly दिखने लगा था कि अच्छा इतना पैसा आ रहा है, इतना खर्च हो रहा है. It was almost hitting that like minor burn some months and sometimes even positive, right? And that was a miracle for us. Like from 2019 to that took that 2-3 year journey COVID के बाद.
Because what I've been told and what the myth is that if you're building a SaaS company negative, cash तो burn ही करते रहो आप.
Well, we were on that journey,
right,
like earlier till 2019 because we thought पैसा तो आ ही जाएगा, and because we got 2 fundraisers like within short period तो लगा कि ये तो available है, on tap available है तो and फिर वो reality जब hit हुआ, we had talked to every VC possible, मतलब कि नहीं हो रहा है. Like, it fell through when the discussion started कि अच्छा ये scale नहीं होने वाला है, and we were not seeing that reality. VC saw that, right? हमको लग रहा था ये बेवकूफ़ है, मतलब इनको नहीं समझ में आ रहा है, इससे ज़्यादा और क्या करेंगे इंडिया में. मतलब वी आर लाइक गेटिंग ऑल द like named customers like PwC, Tata, or like Birla, like whatever you name, any large company, they are either talking to us or are our customers, right? एंड वी कैन एक्सपेंड दैट रेवेन्यू लाइक फ्रॉम द इनिशियल. जब हम इनिशियल स्टार्ट कर रहे थे 5-10 हज़ार ARR पे हम खुश हो रहे थे. दैट टिकट साइज इंक्रीज फ्रॉम दैट टू 1 lakh, 10 lakh, and the last like 1.2 crores is the like deal size which we cracked like till like when which I remember last, right? And getting that from an Indian company on a recurring basis is like nightmare. वो आपको खरीद लेगा बंदा. 1 करोड़ आप अगर उससे हर साल ले रहे हो, बोले क्या वैल्यू दे रहे हो ऐसी. So we thought इससे ज़्यादा क्या करेंगे मतलब इंडिया में भी. Done like built a brand. Every CFO in the country knows about Happy Now. And when they put out a tender for a T&E, we are in that list. Like पहला एक SAP का company है Concur, which is global. So by default they have to be there. We are there the second. Like there is no other consideration. मतलब कोई enterprise phase में है ही नहीं. Right? तो इससे ज़्यादा क्या brand building होगी मतलब. But that realization came there. Business अलग होता है और VC fundable अलग होता है. So during this journey also what happened?
What did you realize was VC fundable?
अब VC fundable अब आप hindsight में बोल सकते हो where you are looking at a company where you want your exit, right? तो आप वैसे देखोगे ये धंधा तो कर लेगा, right? ये profitable भी हो जाएगा, but how does it make like it attractive to you? You want to take your money out. आपने 10 लाख डाले हैं, वो 1 करोड़ कैसे होगा? When the company grows in valuation, right? And
with dilution, right? Because 10x up always in the share value.
Share value.
But technically
and that the company has to grow very fast. It can't grow at 30-40%. It has to grow at like minimum 100%.
And a SaaS play, yeah.
And there has to be a exit possibility. कौन खरीदेगा? IPO was not that open in India till then. Correct. Right? IPO was not a reality till then. तो ये चीज़ें आज अगर आप मतलब इफ़ आई हैव टू इन्वेस्ट इन अ कंपनी आई स्टार्ट थिंकिंग दिस एंड देन आई थिंक ओके मतलब आई वाज नाइव एट दैट टाइम कि मैं खुद में इन्वेस्ट नहीं करूंगा अगर
the second founder to say that on this series. If I look at myself, I would not have invested.
मतलब इट्स नॉट VC फंडेबल. वैसे मतलब आप धंधा अच्छा कर रहे हो, आई रियली लाइक इट, बट यू टेक डेट मे बी मतलब लाइक डेट लेके ग्रो कर लो, विच वी डिड ड्यूरिंग दिस टाइम. ये जो 3 साल का पीरियड था, देन वी फिगर्ड आउट कि क्या कहाँ से आ सकता है. वी नीड सम ब्रिज समवेयर. सो वी फाउंड सम गुड इन्वेस्टर एंड अ डेट पार्टनर who helped us sustain through that journey till we became almost break even. And through this journey what happened, the minds in our like I would say it's not talked about that much. It had started impacting at least my mental health a lot, right? तो
I can imagine.
ये मतलब इसमें ऐसा हो गया कि मतलब I got conditioned to that extent कि कुछ भी अच्छा होगा, it will come with 2x the negative, right? And that continuous anxiety used to be there. मतलब अब क्या बुरा होने वाला है पता नहीं. मतलब एक तो रेगुलेटर है जो कभी भी आके डंडा मार सकता है, और दूसरा VCs not supporting. Then customer भी इतने मतलब easy नहीं है to handle with. So the number of things which can go wrong, and then managing employees is a totally different ball game, which a lot of people would have told you. So that set in a lot of like anxiety, which triggered a lot of like other issues. मतलब mentally I was like completely exhausted by this time कि मतलब चलो scale कर लिया business, इस level तक आ गए. इंडिया में अब ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं बचा जो हमने नहीं किया. To build a brand, to build a enterprise brand, you name a thing you in any playbook and we would have done it, right? And we have done it the right way. मतलब इससे ज़्यादा नहीं कर सकते. To sell to such companies and without even spending so much on like
absolutely,
you would not see us on any of the ads या कहीं पे भी. We figured out कि ये 3000 कस्टमर है मेरे, मैं इनके सामने हर जगह दिखता रहूँगा. And we did all that. तो mentally we were in a state, at least I was in a state कि अब यहाँ से learning कर्व बहुत limited है. We are at a stage कि अब मतलब where do we go from here? इंडिया में अगर scale नहीं हो रहा है, so the only possible scale is go global. यहाँ से learning कर्व बाहर ज़्यादा है, scale भी बाहर ज़्यादा है, VCs भी यही बोल रहे हैं. And that's when we thought maybe we need a banker. We are not good with this data room and all कि वो जो VCs मांगते रहते हैं उसी में टाइम वेस्ट हो जाता है पूरा. मतलब डेक बना के
फुल टाइम जॉब.
हाँ, वो डेक बना के दो डेटा बना. वी नेवर हायर्ड अ स्ट्रेटेजी टीम ऑल्सो. वी डिड नॉट नो दैट एग्जिस्टेड कि ऐसा भी कुछ होता है. स्ट्रेटेजी टीम रखनी पड़ती है हु डज ऑल दैट. तो उस सारे एक्सेल बनाने में हमारा ही टाइम वेस्ट हो रहा है, बिजनेस में फिर वो इम्पैक्ट हो रहा है. एंड सो दिस इज़ द टाइम व्हेन वी talked to Prime and Sequoia, and then we got on board a banker, good fintech banker from US, right, well known in the community, and we thought we will raise on the story of going global, right? We did not have any customer, we did not have the product for going global, और उतना पैसा भी नहीं था कि इन्वेस्ट करके प्रोडक्ट बना के एक्सपेरिमेंट दिखा भी दें. So obvious thing is nobody will invest because you don't have a proof of concept. Your DNA is total India sales बना हुआ है. Your product DNA for US is totally different, right? मतलब now I know that, but at that time we thought ये same product है, ये जाके बेच देंगे, but that same DNA doesn't work. Once you are like deeply ingrained in India, it's like totally different. US का products जो बनते हैं वो mindset ही अलग है. It's product led growth. यहाँ पे it's sales led growth and customer led. Product बनवाया customer ने हमारा कि हमको ये चाहिए, हम चलो बना के दे देंगे. So
वहाँ पर it has to be stable product that sells itself.
हाँ, and you can't screw up. मतलब एक experience खराब हुआ and then you are gone.
So it's amazing how you talked about the same lesson that Ashish has also talked about.
Okay.
You know, when you go to these global markets, you have a zero chance of failure. Your product has to absolutely work the first time. You know, Indian customers are okay कि चलो ठीक है बटन नहीं चला.
And they will call you and गाली देंगे और फिर बोलेंगे आके ठीक करो मतलब.
But मतलब they'll forgive you for it. Global customer आपको call ही नहीं करेगा.
They are not used to getting sold, right? तो उनका ऐसा है कि मतलब they'll sell sign up. सब कुछ अपने आप दिखना चाहिए, चलना चाहिए. दैट माइंडसेट इज कम्प्लीटली डिफरेंट. प्रोडक्ट माइंडसेट इज डिफरेंट. वो हमको बनाना नहीं आता है. मतलब वी आर सेइंग कि कस्टमर बता रहा है, हम बना रहे हैं. यहाँ पे फिगर आउट मतलब सो without money we can't run those experiments.
Almost you could say you're making ERPs for customers. Over there you're selling a platform.
Yes.
Right? In many ways. So then you're out there raising money. You've got this banker on board.
तो इसमें ऐसा हुआ during this journey, lot of things happen. So since we never started with the thought of exit, right, very early on in the first year of our journey, 2013 maybe, I met one of the Sequoia partners in an event and we told him what we are building that B2C product. He somehow thought something in his mind and he introduced us to another fintech company they had invested in. We did not know why he's introduced, and after that meeting we realized they wanted to acquire us. For that whatever we had built, not for the product, but they wanted to build that product in their company, right? And that was our first, you can say, tryst with this whole thing ki exit मतलब ऐसा acquisition क्या होता. And me and Anshul talked. I told him this is not an option for me, right? I did not come in here to like sell or get acquired or like मतलब इसमें क्या होगा मतलब then it's like a job. And I have a better option. This is not what I'm in it for. And he resonated with that thought. So we thought, how do we get out of this situation? Like we can't burn the bridges here. And so we thought, okay, let's think of a number which will be really like extravagant. And अगर वो मिल गया तो then fine.
Then we're good to exit.
So we told them that number. It was like 6 months into the company, 10 lakh invested है मतलब. We told them उस टाइम $1 million बड़ा लगता था कुछ कि let's say कि हाँ ये होगा तो करेंगे, which obviously they did not. Like they came back with an offer which was 1/5 of that number, which was good enough. So we thought okay, some validation कि कुछ तो value create हो रही कहीं पे. But that mindset continued. But that was our first thought कि अच्छा, when I realized कि startups में finally ऐसा कुछ होगा. Because Anshul told me at that time कि if not now, you have to be prepared for this some point in future, which I was not that aware कि ऐसा होता है. I did not come from that background कि अच्छा startups में ऐसा होता है. And during this again journey 2020, in the mid of the worst phase of our period, we got another such offer from one of the largest, we can't name the company, largest companies like Fortune 500 companies in India in the domain we were in.
Wow.
Dream exit could have been like अगर हमको इस business में exit करना है तो
This is 2014.
2020.
20. अच्छा.
Like by the time we had built, we were in a bad phase. Like could have been the right thing to do, but we are not in the mindset still. We are like thinking of building the company. अभी तो enterprise चालू हुआ है journey. Like we are doing great, closing good deals. Right? is like good logos. So there again the same thing played out. Okay, we thought like what could be the valuation which will make everyone go crazy, and let's do that valuation. ऐसा
This
कुछ
Fortune 500 company.
Yes, and let's quote that valuation at least, and if that happens, maybe it's worth it. Right? Otherwise, we will build it. We are in it for the long run. So we quoted like 500 million. way
Last round was at 60 million.
Way above. And we had a logic. This product, our product, could generate $2 to $3 billion of revenue for them annually. That was their plan. Right? So for them, it made sense. If they would have not acquired us, they would acquire somebody else to do that. We had a technology, the card.
And it's tested, market tested, it's working.
Yeah. And the technology was valuable. Right? We invested a lot in technology, and that's what I said. Anshul believed in building the product right, so that card stack was very robust. It could run a bank on it, right? And that was very valuable to these guys, right? And वहाँ पे then our investors got very angry, right? How could you do this?
Did they not give you any advice?
We got the advice, and we told them, yes, we are looking to build it for the long term. Then the advice was, okay, what's the valuation which makes sense? And this calculation made sense to them also, that if they are going to generate this much revenue out of your product, then annually, then this is not a big price to pay, right? That's a public company, listed company, and unke liye it's peanuts to pay. We thought, okay, peanuts hoga, and it sounds like everybody will make money in this. It's too good.
How much did you own of the company at that time?
Combined, we owned 25%.
Between you and
Anshul. Yeah.
And employees, ESOPs?
ESOPs were, we had carved out 10%, but around 5% was distributed.
So about 30% was owned by the team, effectively.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
for Prime would have been a blockbuster exit.
Yeah, yes. For everybody, it would have been blockbuster. But we did not had the realization कि exit कुछ होता है, मतलब ऐसा, because we are not thinking, we are like foolish about it. ऐसा मतलब इसके लिए नहीं बना रहे, मतलब कि ऐसा कुछ बेचना है, मतलब फिर हम क्या करेंगे? That's the identity we have, and after that happened, then we came to the realization कि it's not VC fundable, but why is such a company interested in us? वो इतना डिस्कशन ही क्यों कर रहा था अपने साथ? And we realized कि it's valuable for other companies who can leverage our customer base.
Correct.
Or our technology. So strategic investment makes sense. And we got another offer from a company called K1, which had done multiple such acquisitions in the expense management space in US. So they were just acquiring companies in all markets. US में एक travel and expense acquire कर लिया, एक Europe में कर लिया, एक इधर कर लिया, and in India they said, okay, we are open, our valuation is this much, तुम्हारा जो revenue उसके proportionate हम आपको उसमें दे देंगे equity. They offered that as an exit to us. So this 2-3 conversations made us realize कि value कहीं और दिख रही है.
Did the $500 million guys come back with an offer? Or?
No. So that they laughed at us. So they told you guys don't know what you are asking for, or maybe you are not serious enough for this to go ahead. And we did not handle it the way it should have been. We were not even going with the mindset कि करना है. Again, the mindset was कि if we get this value, then it's worth it, right? Otherwise, we are not in it for selling it. Well, अगर कोई banker बीच में होता, maybe they could have brokered it better and कर सकता था. But we were not looking at it. So by 2021, we came to the mindset कि अच्छा ठीक है, maybe strategic makes sense because some companies are finding value in the product and the customers we have. और जो base हमने बना लिया है, that looks like anybody can generate like millions of revenue on this base in India अगर किसी को भी कुछ बेचना है यहाँ पे. So we opened that up as a mandate to the banker कि अगर direct investment है या फिर strategic किसी को करना है, then we are open to it, right? So now we were in a mindset, I told you about the burnout कि चलो ठीक है कुछ मतलब mentally भी and physically we were in a zone कि अब doing repetitively the same thing, scale हो गया है. Lot of founders must have told you it's boring, like when you get to
no, it's so true. In fact, आशीष के एपिसोड में है that is boring, right?
हाँ scale मतलब वो पार्ट थोड़ा सा ऐसा, and in India it's even more boring. मतलब you're like you're just doing the same thing again and again.
I think globally, I think if you want to really create something big, ना, it has to get boring. Because वो जो entrepreneurial होता है ना, everyday आके कुछ नया उखाड़ेंगे types. That cannot work when you are at, let's say, a PwC level.
Yes.
Right? उधर वो structured way में ही उखाड़ा जाएगा.
Yes.
Right?
And you have to be visible. So since we were there for long, lot of customers came back. Like जो 25-30 ऐसे accounts हमने close किए जिन्होंने हमको पहले देखा था, and they said no, you are not good enough for us. They came back to us like after 3-4 years, and that gave us the confidence to wait it out. कोई भी नया कॉम्पिटिटर आता था, हम डर जाते थे कि चलो क्या फिर से कुछ मार्केट ख़राब कर देगा. बाय दिस टाइम वी गॉट द कॉन्फिडेंस कि अब आएगा तो ठीक है, उसको लेने दो. आई नो दैट दे विल स्क्रू अप. आई हैव द टाइम टू वेट 2-3 years. हाँ, वो मेरे पास आएगा. दैट हैपेंड मल्टीपल टाइम्स. इनिशियली आई वॉज नॉट दैट कॉन्फिडेंट कि मतलब हर कॉम्पिटिटर मेरी नींद उड़ा देता था, मतलब कि टिल आई फिगर आउट कि उनका व्हाट इज़ वर्किंग फॉर देम.
So in 2021 now you open this
mandate for strategic investment, and there we start again. That's a full-time job again to continuously be in that fundraising mode. What these guys did good is prepare that good data room, always ready to share. बड़ा सा एक फाइल बना दिया रूम, and then the pitch deck was always updated every month so that we could focus on the business, right? And here one of the discussions started again. So one important thing to do is like maintaining these relationships long term, right? Like this Fortune 500 company which happened, it happened because we had interacted with them long time ago, and since we are building the payment product, we had interacted with them through some connects, and it was Ansul's like continuous interaction with them which helped us even get that conversation. There was similar one company which was into fintech, and they had a presence in India, but it's a global company. One discussion started with them, and they found some strategic interest in Happy. Right? That okay, this looks like we could build a business together. You are on the issuance side, we were issuing cards, and they were on the acquiring side.
Right.
So combined together, it could be massive. Like if these two technologies are combined, right? Like you are issuing the card, like if you have a SDFC card and you swipe, SDFC earns something out of it, but the machine is also SDFC's machine. That whole loop gets closed, right? You earn from both sides, right? So they were on the acquiring side, right? And they said, okay, the kind of customers you have, definitely we want to get a entry into them, and through you maybe we can expand the acquiring business in India. And that sounded like, in hindsight, that sounded like the right call to take, like being open to strategic.
Correct.
But this discussion also did not get initiated by the banker. It was again one of, you can say, the long-term relationships which had happened, and that interaction with Ansul continued throughout this journey due to, it is one of the similar companies who we had interacted to earlier, right? So this then materialized into something, right? And whatever we had to show them, we told them upfront कि ये है, मतलब this is how the business is going, this is what we are doing. We never had two sets of data for investors or for internal auditors or anything, which I realized later is a norm in the industry somehow, because I hired a couple of strategy team people in strategy. They told us, how are you sharing this data so transparently with us? Like, आपका बाकी डेटा किधर है? That's an बाकी डेटा क्या होता है? This is the data. This is not the norm. You prepare different data for investors. You prepare different data for this. It's shocking for us. ऐसा भी होता है क्या? And that's also the time when a lot of these corporate governance issues also were coming up in other startups. So we thought, okay, we were always doing the right thing, but the investors did not value us for doing the right thing. जो वहाँ fraud मचा रहे हैं, उनको पैसे पे पैसे मिले जा रहे हैं. So what did we do wrong? Right? यहाँ पे ये deal almost like was materializing, but this was a tough investor. Like they were known to be tough, and इनका जो DD हुआ, that was 6 months long, right? finance, legal.
And you are not talking about the eventual acquirer. We're talking about this is
somebody else. And because there's a series of events which led to that happen. So this is like.
So were they going to? How much money were they going to put in the strategic?
So side? This was 35 million.
Oh wow! They're going to invest 35 million.
Yes.
And
this was real at almost a post of 180.
180. Oh wow.
Yeah. So that was real deal. Like actually they found value, and we also saw that yes, we could grow together. We needed
And any exits to anybody or just all primary?
This was all primary because we did not have the you can say negotiating power at that time. Right? We thought whatever we can get in the company is the first priority. And this exit secondary was never a thought till then. कि ऐसे भी पैसा कमाया जा सकता है was not a like known thing to us. कि आप secondaries में पैसा निकाल सकते हो like never heard of. ये अब काफ़ी सुन लिया है कि मतलब 2-3 फंड रेज में फाउंडर्स आर गेटिंग रिच. फिर आपका ड्राइव किधर है? इफ यू हैव गॉट, अगर इंडिया में आपने 15-20 करोड़ रुपए कमा लिए, फिर आप मतलब then you
correct. I always ask founders that what are you going to do by selling this 2%? उसके बाद what are you going to do?
हाँ मतलब वो आई थिंक वो तो फिर ड्राइव कहाँ से आता है? then it's not your company. आप मतलब चिल्ड हो, मतलब आग नहीं लगी हुई है. So, but we have never thought कि ऐसा कुछ ऑप्शन भी होता है कि सेकेंडरी में निकाल सकते हैं. This was like completely कि कंपनी में ही डालना है, and we want to run it for like next like whatever, build a large business out of it. So this continued. ये 6 महीने की पूरी DD हुई, and since we did not have anything to hide, there are not too many, you can say, red flags which came out. There were few things which had happened in the past, like we had to deal with the police for something. We had to deal with like multiple things do come up if you are running a fintech business. आप किसी ना किसी केस में फंस ही जाओगे किसी तरह. So 1-2 केसेस ऐसे आ गए, ट्रांजेक्शन किसी ने किया, फ्रॉड किसी ने रिपोर्ट कर दिया, केस हम पे हो गया, मतलब ऐसा. So those nightmares do happen, and we just had to do some explaining कि अच्छा ये ऐसा हुआ था. But since the business was completely open, तो उसमें legal and financial due diligence, not much red flag. It took 6 months because their process was that long. We reached a stage कि आज साइन करेंगे, 30 दिन में पैसा आ जाएगा. That was like, and then we thought, okay, now is the time to start building again with more new renewed energy, and फिर international scale करेंगे. And this is the time, मतलब आज साइन, अगर कल साइन करना है, and that's the time when all of a sudden Sequoia guided us on, like initiated discussion कि guys, okay, you have been doing it for 10 years. What's your thought? Like, where do you want to take it? Right? If you raise this round, you will build for another 10-15 years, because at current valuation शायद कुछ exit हो भी जाएगा. But after raising this round, then till $1 billion there is no other way to exit. अगर US में कोई कंपनी खरीदेगी तो वो $1 billion के बाद खरीदेगी. IPO भी होगा तो इंडिया में तो हो नहीं रहा था तब तक. You have to do a IPO in US, and you have to start the journey in US now. So it is going to be a 10-15 year journey again from now. It's almost like starting from scratch for you. And with that context, they said, okay, why don't you explore another option, right? Which maybe they already had in mind, and they had not disclosed it to us. And that's how that introduction happened with Cred. Right?
Achha.
The good thing here is we had a offer in hand.
So that helped move things along. Plus 6 months of DD already done.
It's done. We sign and we will get the money. Right? तो वहाँ पे ऐसा है कि we have the leverage at least, कि मतलब कुछ हाथ में है. ऐसा नहीं कि out of desperation हम निकले हैं कि कोई खरीद लो, मतलब. And maybe that was they did the right thing to initiate the discussion at that point in time, कि मतलब which can move things faster. And since they were common investors, like they could do a lot of things, like initiate the conversation and figure out what the alignment will be. And we could not figure out, okay, how, like ये अचानक से कहाँ से आ गया discussion, like acquisition का, and how is even Cred looking at it, what value do we see here, what's the long term alignment. So that kind of threw us back कि अब मतलब how do we think about it. अभी तो हम scale करने का सोच रहे हैं कि इसको हम ग्लोबल लेके जाएंगे. 35 million is a lot of money. We have never spent that kind of money. But since I already told you, I was already in that mindset. We kind of burnout zone में आए हुए थे. And strategic investments भी देख रहे थे. So we again had a discussion within ourselves, me and Ansul, and talked about this. Okay, how do we look at it being built? Like, another 10-15 years of journey, or does this look like a right partner for us? Is Cred the right partner, or is that other company the right partner? And Cred was, like, in India, they were just doing great. They are known for their marketing. They're known for their scale. So we definitely needed a shift change in our own DNA. Right? We thought, okay, जो हमको आता है हमने कर लिया, जो सीख के करना था. But who can guide us, or who can maybe train us on something which is totally different? If we have to learn something totally different, कि फास्ट स्केल कैसे होता है, ब्लिट्ज स्केलिंग एंड ऑल दैट, या फिर ये सब यहाँ से कैसे एक्सपोनेंशियल स्केल में लेके जाना है. वी डोंट नो हाउ टू डू दैट, एंड दिस कंपनी नोज हाउ टू डू थिंग्स सच वे. इनका DNA है वैसा. कुड बी एन ऑप्शन टू कंसिडर इफ वी पार्टनर एंड वर्क ऑन समथिंग, कि हाँ कुछ ऐसा बना सकते हैं टुगेदर विच विल स्केल वेरी फास्ट. राइट. So we started considering the option, and then I think since this option was presented, then we also started thinking, yes, this 10-15 year of journey may be too long for us again from here. Already this has been very...
So that's a 25-year journey we're committing towards altogether.
Yes, and this is a deciding point. If we raise 35 million, then like you are again on that treadmill and you have to raise more for next, whatever, till you IPO. एंड वो जर्नी के लिए अभी प्रिपेयर्ड है कि नहीं मेंटली. आई थिंक एटलीस्ट वी थॉट कि मे बी नॉट. राइट. हो सकता है पैसा आएगा कर लेंगे जोश में, बट बर्नआउट इज़ रियल, एंड इट स्टार्टेड क्रीपिंग अप. दैट्स सो द डिसीजन वॉज मेड विद अ कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ ऑल दिस थॉट्स. यस, दिस मे बी another opportunity to explore, but again survival is key. Right. You can't risk the company because another discussion has started. Here you have an offer.
It's ready to go.
It's ready to go. अब इनको मना नहीं कर सकते. आपको 2 दिन में 1 दिन में साइन करना है. And like you can't tell them कि रुको हम कुछ और डिस्कस कर रहे हैं. And how do you make sure कि...
You must have been under some exclusivity or something?
Yes, it is. And you exclusivity as in, you can't sign another deal during this period. Right. So then we thought, how do we make sure we survive? Even if this acquisition doesn't happen, ये तो discussion अब start होगा. They will have to figure out what alignment, and they will do their own due diligence. So then since we had the offer, we were able to put in some clauses there. कि worst case scenario, if you decide not to acquire, you have to invest certain amount of money in the company, which is good enough for us to maybe for the next 4-5 years. Like we will be able to sustain.
This is from the first guy, or this or second?
The second from Cred.
Okay.
Because we had an offer, and that was logical, because if we say no to them, and you decide not to go ahead with the deal, and we are कहाँ हम तो फंस गए फिर से बीच में, and going through this process again is not possible, and finding such strategic investors is also not possible. This was like a do or die situation में वैसा. If we say no to them, then that bridge is burnt. And यहाँ पे फिर how do we protect ourselves? So again that survival instinct comes first, कि पहले ऐसा कुछ उनको बता देते हैं कि in case you don't, somewhere you have to commit कि इतना पैसा invest करोगे, and then do your DD, and whatever DD you have to do that very fast. You say आपको 6-7 दिन में 10 दिन में कुछ देखना, because it was ready, everything was ready. You do your first level of diligence. We will tell you what to look for, right? Where are the issues, what to look for, we will tell you upfront. हमको पता है कहाँ पे पहले लोगों ने क्वेश्चंस उठाए हैं, ये जगह पे प्रॉब्लम है, ये मे बी छोटे मोटे ऑडिट में इशूज़ होंगे, ये कहाँ पे इशूज़ है. लुक फॉर देम अपफ्रंट कि ये 10 दिन में आप देख लो जल्दी से, एंड बिल्ड योर कंफर्ट एंड टेल अस. दैट्स द मैक्सिमम वी कैन होल्ड द
signing off.
Yeah. And if you have made your comfort, then commit. Yes, you will. Worst case, you will invest this much, and then maybe we'll say no, and then you take your time. Right? That discussion happened with them directly, and
Kunal and all these guys.
Kunal and Miten. So Miten led the discussion. And we had a long history with Miten. Miten was also in Times Internet when
T-Labs mein.
So
Wow.
it's like coming. We gave good exit 2 times also. We gave the earlier. In Series B, we gave exit 2 times. 120x return. So this discussion happened and they found it logical. The good thing with Cred was they were also founders, right? And they understood from the founders' point of view where we are at in the journey.
And you have a competitive offer right there.
Yeah. And we told them this is the terms, these are the terms we are raising at this amount. We have the option to continue building. And if you find value somewhere, then like for the first time in the 6 years, we were playing on the front foot.
Yeah.
Right? कि कुछ है हाथ में and this is the time we can like चाहिए कि 8-10 दिन में देख लो ये नहीं है तो this is the only option we have, ये हम छोड़ नहीं सकते. And that happened, right? It was very fast, to and fro daily discussions हो रहे हैं. They were very fast, मतलब ऐसा they did not go like a banker does कि अच्छा घुसा दिया लोगों को बैठा दिया. उनकी internal team ने जल्दी से validate जो करना था कर लिया. And then they came back with the initial offer after that. So they, and from our side, I told you that the reason we thought that's the right partner is they could really change a trajectory, the learning curve, right? And for them, they found value in the technology we had. If Cred ever wanted to do credit cards or launch, and the kind of customers we had, all white collar employees. So that's a common customer base if you look at it. So if I have signed PwC, all PwC employees will also be Cred customers somewhere, right? We may not do something directly, but in the long term, there is some synergy in the customer base at least, right? If Cred were to do anything on B2B, we could utilize something there. And they also had aspirations to do something on B2B for SME, right? And they could do through us, right? Whatever they have done on the B2C side. So we saw the synergies. We thought, yes, this will be exciting. We don't know how to do a B2C product or a SME product which can scale by itself. And due to that long history of like bad phase of burnouts, we decided, yes, this looks like the right deal for us. And that happened. Like within that 10-day period, they came back with an offer, and then we negotiated few things for the employees, and so that everybody.
Was the offer similar? I mean, yes, the offer was similar. You got acquired for 180 million.
Yeah, the offer was at the same. Yeah.
But that was, I mean, the earlier offer was 145 million pre.
Yeah.
With 180 million post, this was 180 million altogether.
Altogether, yeah. Because that offer helped us in setting the benchmark, right? Otherwise वो 60 million से फिर compare होता कि आप वहाँ से
correct
कहाँ पहुँचे हो. So that initial.
That's actually a very profound knowledge, right? When you're getting acquired, to have a investment offer helps set the benchmark for your.
That helped us in doing
very
everything.
Rare does it have, you know, like you have a markup on the last round. होता है, ऐसा नहीं होता है, but.
मतलब इतना नहीं होगा, मतलब otherwise that we would have been valued कि अच्छा 60 million से आप कितना revenue grow किए हो, and then वो थोड़ा सा markup करके, and since the common investor is there, they मतलब उनका incentives differently aligned है, तो मतलब maximum valuation maximize करने का incentive हमारा है, तो that happened, and overall the valuation looked decent for everybody, I think, and for.
And how much cash did you want in the deal? Because it was obviously 180 million, तो Cred के पास उतना ही cash होगा at that time. They were just raised.
हाँ मतलब उसमें मतलब I think some investors supported. They took all equity deal, and some took cash and equity mix.
Was the cash at a discount, or was it all at the same price? The people who took cash, let's say, was that at a discount, or was that at the same price as?
It was at the same price.
Same price.
Yeah. So I think it was overall a very fair conversation. So this was not a typical, you can say, banker coming in and negotiating a deal for us. This was founder to founder or Miten to us directly. And these conversations were very friendly, right? And all logical. मतलब जो हमने बोला logically explain किया, and उन्होंने भी logically explain किया. So if they explained anything and if we found it logical, we accepted, and they also accepted terms. We thought कि we have to do good for the employees, so we also negotiated something कि even for the employees who don't have cash ESOPs, we want some cash compensation. which they agreed to. It's a very employee friendly company, and we made sure every single employee gets something out of the deal. If they don't have ESOPs, then also they get something.
Interesting.
Yeah. So every single employee.
And so all of this happened in a matter of days, I'm guessing, like.
Yeah, this conversation happened within that 7-8 day period.
And signing happened on day
The
10.
term sheet happened, and then yes, definitely with some CP and CS that ये सब कुछ गड़बड़ होगा नहीं होगा. This timing was very critical because after, if it would have been delayed by another month, वहाँ से market started crashing, like in the funding winter started, right? Cred also had just raised the round, but एक महीने बाद सारे fundings बंद हो चुके थे उसके बाद, right? If this would not have happened at that time, maybe कुछ ना कुछ वापस से इसमें कोई break लगता या renegotiation होता या कुछ तो होता, but that like timing, if we have to say luck plays a role, it did. A lot of luck played a role here.
So now we're about 6 weeks from the original date of signing.
Yes.
Right? Ready to sign.
Yes.
Documentation is ready.
Yes.
How many angels did you have?
Angels, we did not have. Like individual investors, we didn't have. We had 3-4 individual investors who came in late in the deal, like during 2020 when we raised a small round.
So two institutions and 3-4 individuals. So the signing was much easier for you. Moving on.
मतलब T-Labs was there. We had already given them an exit. तो वो
so effectively about maybe 10-12 shareholders altogether.
मतलब हाँ ऐसे तो 5-6 ही हो गए. मतलब हम लोग थे और then 2 investors and then
employees.
Employees don't need to.
अच्छा. ESOP conversion. Okay, ठीक है, fair enough. Yeah, you're right. Okay. So but that definitely helped, not having a very large.
We did not.
I mean, imagine if 44 investors, 45 investors.
But वो तब होता भी नहीं था ना. 2012 में कोई angel investing वगैरह था नहीं.
12 में तो था ही, but I'm thinking.
नहीं वो नहीं था कि lot of you raise like rounds from 10 angel investors, syndicates हैं. अभी तो लोग corporate में employees हैं, they are also investing. मतलब पता नहीं कैसे. Everybody is investing, but that was not the norm at that point.
So did you take some cash out as well? I'm guessing everybody took some cash, except for I believe Sequoia did not, but everybody else did.
Yes, in this deal, so it was a decent outcome we made sure it was a decent outcome for all employees who were invested with us. There were few people who were there for the last 8-10 years also in the company. Some people had joined, left and came back also. So the deal was fair to most of them. We also, initially we were supposed to get less cash, but one realization which hit us later, which most people don't know, कि आपको टैक्स देना पड़ेगा पूरे स्टॉक पे. So if your stock is worth 100, you have to pay on that 100 even if you don't get that cash. Right? So then the cash component had to be increased just to
pay off the tax.
And
we paid 20%, 24% tax.
We paid more tax than with the cash we were left with, right? So जो पैसा आया and it pained a lot. हमने दे दिया पूरे जिंदगी का टैक्स देश निर्माण में पूरा दे दिया. But that's something which even they did not realize initially कि this will happen, right? And the tax money is so huge. So we got cash out of it, right? And like I think decent amount is still in equity, like 50-60% of it is still, I think,
at Cred.
Yeah, at Cred.
What was the feeling like the day you were signing? I'm guessing now, because the minute you sign, you're no longer founders, right? You're now part of the Cred ecosystem. Yes, you're founders in your own part of that ecosystem, but now Cred is the big boss.
So I think the initial conversations with Cred helped there. At that point of signing, we did not feel like we are going to lose control. And it was supposed to operate as an independent entity, and it continued to operate as an independent company. So the major shift was not happening in terms of control. We were supposed to continue as the co-founders, CEO roles. So immediate change, like they made sure there was no like major immediate change कि आते ही management change कर दो, ये कर दो, वो कर दो एकदम. We were treating it like a fundraise only, कि they committed investing something in the company, and we thought whatever plan we had already put in place earlier कि इसको scale करेंगे, global scale करेंगे अलग अलग directions में. Maybe let's align those plans again with Cred and see where their plans are aligned and make that whatever. We never made AOPs earlier, but Cred used to. So first time we got the structure from them and started making those. And there are a lot of good changes which happened. So we were very bad with HR processes, right? And Cred is like exemplary in terms of the age of the startup is just 5-6 years, but their HR processes are like Amazon level, right? तो वो सारे आने लगे हमारे अंडर, and the continuous communication with the employees, like having town halls regularly and all that also started happening. So
at Happy level.
At Happy level, because the good practices started coming in there, and we had regular conversations with them to figure out, okay, what to do next, like what kind of product do you want to build with Happy, and those discussions were initially happening, right? So that journey, that change was managed really well by the Cred team and by Miten and Kunal both, because they are both founder mindset, and उन्होंने make sure.
And this all happened 2023.
2023.
2023. Now it's been 2 years. I think Anshul and you both have left.
Yeah, we have
Correct.
moved on. Yeah.
Yeah. And journey is now officially over in many ways. And now you're no longer CEOs also of Happy.
Yeah.
But what was the trigger for finally leaving this child that you have obviously? It's in a much bigger institution today.
Yes.
But what was the trigger to leave?
Personally, for me, as I told you, that burnout which I had, that started catching up faster after this transition happened.
Achha.
Because that change of ownership, although it did not, like, it was not, it was smooth, right? But all of a sudden, it's not your company, it's not, your team is there, it's not your team. मतलब ऐसा कहीं और है, boss कोई और है, and so that
एक VP बन गए, president of a decision.
हाँ मतलब ऐसा हाँ मतलब, although I wouldn't say that ऐसा कुछ structure in place आ गया था, but somehow that, yeah, मतलब that feeling changed, and this part of the thing, that burnout which was there for some time, that started popping up more. ठीक है मतलब it felt like it has reached a destination somewhere, the company has reached that obligation, felt a little bit less towards the company, towards the employee, right? And then I did some thinking कि मतलब ऐसा ठीक है, मतलब ऐसा, if it's impacting me so much personally, like in terms of mental health or physical health भी, मतलब ऐसा if it's screwing me, then what's the right thing to do right now?
Makes sense.
मतलब अभी मतलब whether to do this, continue this and maybe do a bad job at it, or figure out कि मतलब if there is an option, if there is an opportunity to maybe take a break somewhere here. Because earlier I never thought कि ये कोई option है, but this option became real after this thing happened. Because there is another management to take care of it, and the company is never going to be starved of cash. The employees will be there. तो वो responsibility थोड़ी सी अगर जब हट गई है, and then we knew कि it's in a self-sustaining mode. Brand बन गया है, customers है, it will continue to operate. And I never had the emotional attachment with the problem statement, as I told you in the beginning, कि मैं ऐसा सोच के नहीं घुसा था कि कुछ इंडस्ट्री में चेंज कर देंगे. It was always about building a business.
Chasing the revenue, chasing the customer.
मतलब ऐसा कुछ धंधा बनाना है. And I thought ये learning journey एक बार हो गई है. मतलब so that triggered, and I had a conversation with Miten and Kunal regarding this, कि अभी mindset ऐसा है, and over some multiple conversations that they also like supported the decision कि चल ठीक है, मतलब if you are, see, they told that if you are a shareholder of Cred, and if you think you are not in 100% you can say mindset to continue to operate, it's the right thing to do for you. If you want to come back and do something later, that's fine, like because you hold significant equity and it's your right to ask what's happening, and maybe you can come back and do something. But if you're not feeling 100%, maybe
take a break.
That's the right thing to do. And that validated, that helped in taking the decision that okay, maybe that moving on can be done. But that last 1 year was mentally even tougher than the bad phase I had in like 2020 or 21, when we were not getting funded, but we were still running the company, right? This was really tough. Like, it's not talked about. I searched the whole internet कि एग्जिट के बाद क्या करते हैं वो लोग, फाउंडर्स क्या करते हैं, हाउ डू दे डील विद इट. एंड
यू लेफ्ट इन
आई लेफ्ट लास्ट ईयर, मतलब ऐसा 2024 in June, July around. Yeah.
So you're saying since that period onwards, you're like...
Even during, I was there with the company even after having this conversation for some time. So that phase out, like I can't just show up one day and ki kal ja raha hoon. Like,
handover has to be done properly.
Handover they had done. So some management change had happened in Cred. 2 people came and took over the roles we were doing. So that transition was done and that handover was done. They were now the face for the employees and for the customers. So that part was already being done, and during that part I found it tougher and tougher to continue. Like वो बोलते हैं ना लोग रोज सुबह उठ के ऑफिस जाना इज लाइक मोटिवेशन आ नहीं रहा है. एंड दैट
so June, the last day, in June 24, what was that like?
See, specifically on that day you don't, I don't feel emotions that way, right? कि आज क्या feel हो रहा है, मतलब some sort of relief was definitely there कि now I'm not responsible for running all this. मतलब इसमें क्योंकि बहुत सारी परेशानियाँ झेल के रन कर रहे थे, daily operations are very tough. तो that I was looking for that mental relief कि ये तो ठीक है, not being responsible for the daily 200, 300, 400 employees, the thousands of customers, उनके रोज के जो problems है, whether I can take a step back and not check emails, not check WhatsApp कि अभी क्या फट रहा है, अभी क्या हो रहा है, right? So that immediate sense was slight relief and may not be the right thing to say कि अच्छा मतलब that emotional attachment took 6 more months to go away. Now I can say that I am completely out of it mentally also, because as I told you, that trigger, the mind, the way it was working is ki even if this Cred deal has happened, right, what is it, what's the catch, right? What is it that I'm not getting? इसमें बुरा क्या होने वाला है? Right? That brain wiring, it's very hard to unwire it, right? And this requires some professional help somewhere, right? And you can't talk to anybody else, like founders.
Founder burnout is real.
हाँ, मतलब आप दूसरे को क्या बोलोगे? Either you will be considered unfit to run a company. मतलब अच्छा कुछ आपको issues हो रहे तो जाओ इधर से, go.
No, but I don't think these are issues, you know. And I'm so glad you bring up a very important point, that founder burnout is real, right? And whether you're a founder, I'm a founder, I mean, we're all venturepreneurs at the end of the day. To be fair, I think we have as founders, especially maybe more in India than even overseas, I feel, there is just so many things to handle, just so many little details, and that I think it starts getting to you. It's almost like being in a war zone all your life.
Yes.
Right. Every day आप जा रहे हो, कुछ ना कुछ, like you said, कुछ ना कुछ फट रहा है.
Yes.
Right. कभी ED का नोटिस आ रहा है, कभी BMC का नोटिस आ रहा है, कभी GST वाले का नोटिस आ रहा है, और आप सब सही कर रहे हो. आपकी बेला से आप कुछ गलत नहीं कर रहे हो. You're doing everything as per. You have professionals. You have, you may have PwC, ENY, whoever it is.
Yes.
Even then notices are possible.
Yes.
Right. And I think that it takes a lot of resilience in your case too, for being in there for 12-15 years.
Yes.
Before recognizing, hey, maybe in this journey I don't find that exciting. See, the intent was कि when there's excitement of showing up every day, then all these things look small.
Yes.
And जब वो excitement goes out of the window, everything looks big.
Yeah.
Then if you got the ED notice now, then that looks 75,000 times bigger.
Yes.
Then company is growing. I'm excited to come and fight every day. It's then it doesn't look that big. It looks ठीक है.
मतलब आपने शायद ज़्यादा देखे journeys, तो you are able to put it the right way, the how to feel about it, right?
And I see it in all the founders.
Yes.
I mean, I some founders recognize it. You recognize it. Some founders don't recognize it. Some founders recognize it as much later, maybe 5 or 10 years after the company shuts down. Oh, you know what? Actually, now I realize what I felt.
Yes.
But everybody feels it. I think it's and I'm glad you brought this point up.
No, it's and somewhere, if required, you should take professional help also to figure out, okay, what's going on, what's screwing up your head somewhere.
No, I say this to me, and in many ways, Sandesha, who's been with me for 11 years in this journey, I think she's told me she's quitting 20 times. And I think I've told her I'm quitting 40 times. Right? And it's, hey, I'm the owner of the company. I really should be running it. But I think there are days, and you cannot. I think there's a great book that I read. I think keeps me on point at all times. Is called the 4 Agreements. The 4 agreements you make with yourself, not with nobody else. And the last agreement is to me the best agreement, which is always do your best. It does not say do your best better every day. Today, if I am not feeling well, I have 103 fever. What is the best I can do at 103 fever? That is the best.
Okay.
Which may not be as good as yesterday's best, because yesterday I was completely fine and I was able to manage 75 different tasks yesterday and I felt awesome and I was great. But today I am 103 fever. I'm lying in bed. I definitely cannot move around. But yet I could maybe send one message to one employee motivating them. That was my best that I could do. And I think that, because I've read that book and I've talked about it in my blog, I've read that book at least 1,000 times in my life. And I've gifted it over 1,000 times to people. I'm like, whenever you're stuck in life, anywhere you are, just read this book. Once again.
That's called 4 Agreements.
The 4 Agreements. Okay. It's written by a guy called Don Miguel Ruiz. It's also, the audiobook is also available. Okay. It's also very profound. And it just says, listen, don't take anything personally. Be impeccable with your word. But the last agreement, and leave the third one so you go read the book. But the last agreement is always do your best. Right? And I think that once you realize that my best can change every day, I'm not being asked to do better than yesterday. I'm just being asked to do the best I can do today.
That's a very different thought, though. Correct. You're supposed to do better than.
But that is when you that's what it's not. It's saying that yes, you should try to do better, but do your best you can.
What you can do today.
Right? If I am not feeling mentally in it today, then whatever best I can do today in that moment is the best.
Yes.
And don't take it personally. That's the first agreement, right? Be impeccable with your word, right? And I think that. I'm so glad you brought this point out. I mean, it wasn't even something that we had started this conversation thinking about. But founder burnout is real, and I believe we talk about employee burnout.
Yes.
But अगर employee burnout हो रहा है तो कैसे founder burnout नहीं हो रहा होगा, right? I mean, employee जबकि आज की डेट में तो कितनी employee friendly policies है, whatever work from home, don't work at all kind of policies are also in existence. But I think the real question here is sometimes it's just best to end the journey.
No, but it's hard to even identify that it's burnout, right? How do you identify it's burnout? है कि आपको बस बसट समझ में नहीं आ रही है कि मतलब figure out नहीं हो रहा है कुछ भी है. What is burnout? It took time for me to realize it's actually happening. I read about it and then the symptoms will be matching.
and sometimes you don't have to climb every mountain, right? You can see it's good. It's looking good from down here also, right? I don't have to climb that mountain up there. So what's next for you in this journey?
It's like I've not yet figured it out. So as I told you, I come from a large Marwadi family, right? And I've seen the kind of lifestyle they have, right? And you would have seen that too. And the kind of
are you about Calcutta Marwadis, because their lifestyle is very different than any other Marwadis.
I have like Rajasthan and Calcutta combined Marwadi. Their weddings are 5-6 days, right? So. And whatever weddings I have attended is one day out of that. And that too, mentally I'm not there. Right? So, by the age, my age, what I see my cousins or other people doing, they are in a very different zone in life. They are socially much more active, right? And I thought okay, it's one life and what are you missing out on, right? When you are there, have they figured it out better than us, that how to live life better? Because they are also earning good. They are not not doing good in their whatever business or profession, and they figured this whole balance of work life, whatever we call here, but the family life, the social life, much better than what we have. So I do have a slight idea of the lifestyle I want to have now, and whatever I do, I want that control over time, right? So that I don't have to worry about कि अगर 3-4 दिन के लिए 5 दिन के लिए जाना है तो मतलब I'm like कुछ फट गया पीछे.
The phantom rings that keep happening.
And I'm fortunate to be in this position to think like that. If सब कुछ फट गया, मतलब एकदम ज़रूरत हो तो I'll do whatever job required. But if I have the luxury of choosing, I would choose a lifestyle where at least this part is sorted, where the time required to be given to the family. Because I think I'm amongst the few fortunate ones who have a large family, and such things are still there, like the joint family things which which I see a lot of my friend circles don't have. Like they don't have like any places to go during the year beyond a vacation, right? So wo I think I'm going to prioritize. Beyond that, I've started doing. I started unlearning. As I told you, I'm always been that underconfident person. So I think right now also I don't know much, right? Although I've run a company from start to end, but if I were to start again, I am starting from scratch, right? So that will require a lot of learning for me, right? And I have done only one kind of company, एक ही domain में काम किया. What has happened in the last 12 years, I have to catch up to that, right? So I'm meeting a lot of founders. Like I keep my calendar busy that way that I just go out almost 3 to 4 days of a week. I'm out there meeting new companies and what they are doing, what new technology. It's more learning for me than I'm able to guide them also. I've now realized one of my strengths is I can cut BS very fast. I can realize if you are talking fluff, and I can do that with your messaging, right? Which I did with my own company also. Like talk directly to the customer in the language they understand, right? I sat with them and figured out, okay, this is the term you understand. My marketing team will not design the copy for you. I will do that because they will then add the fluff, right? Which doesn't relate with the customer, right? So, and that I can do with any kind of pitch. Like if they are doing pitching to a VC, or I can clearly identify the mistakes we did and easily tell them, okay, this is where you are going wrong. And like, that messaging pitching is something which it comes naturally to me, so I'm able to help them and with no nothing expected in back. It's just giving back.
So the best way to reach out to you is via LinkedIn. What's the best way founders can reach out to you and have conversations with
you? They do reach out via LinkedIn. I go out and attend a lot of the startup events also, and lot of the people are through my own college network, so they do reach out. I'm part of some of those communities where they know. Okay,
so I'll ask you one last question.
Okay,
right? and maybe we can be a little bit short because I think now we're getting to almost 2 hours in this conversation, which is, I think it has been quite an amazing conversation. I wish I could have extended it to a few more hours, quite honestly. But I think the last question that I would have for you is that if you had to do it all over again, what is one thing you would change? Let's say you were back in 2012, all this knowledge you have in 2025, 13 saal ka knowledge, you find a startup, can put you in a black hole, get back to 2012, and now you can do this entire thing again. What's one thing you would change?
See, all this knowledge has ruined me.
I'm sorry, are you saying you would not do this?
I miss that ignorance which I had, that foolishness. Like, जो फर्स्ट विजन हम लेके चले थे कि दुनिया बदल देंगे, दैट आई डोंट गेट नाउ. मतलब उतना पागलपन नहीं है अब. बट व्हाट आई लर्नड, two things here, just 2 points here. One thing which I learned at Cred, they look at a market top down. We never had that thought. They told us, okay, जाओ इंडिया में देखो पैसा कहाँ बन रहा है, प्रोडक्ट हम बाद में सोचेंगे. कंट्री लेवल पे प्रॉफिट पूल्स कहाँ है. ये थोड़ा कि क्या मतलब वी हैव टू थिंक अबाउट कि प्रोडक्ट ये बिल्ड करना है, किसके लिए बिल्ड करना है. बट इट्स अ टोटली टॉप डाउन अप्रोच. पैसा कहाँ बन रहा है, उसके बाद उसके अंदर देखेंगे कि किसको प्रॉब्लम है, उसके लिए प्रोडक्ट बनाएंगे. दैट वाज थिंकिंग मार्केट साइज टॉप डाउन अप्रोच, विच इवन टुडे आई फाइंड लॉट ऑफ फाउंडर्स डोंट थिंक दैट वे. बट द रीजन आई सेड आई हैव बीन लाइक दिस इज knowledge has ruined the thought, because then a lot of ideas get rejected upfront, right? अगर आप उस filter में डालते जाओगे,
अगर massive scale नहीं तो why should you? I mean, there may be great non-VC plays.
Non-VC plays. So there are two things which can happen. Either a play where yes, there is a large market and whatever you build, you are going to get a good pie out of it. मतलब उसमें product differentiation required नहीं है. You will get even 0.1%. That's a large enough business. Or there can be other traditional business which gets built, which I am quite interested about, right? Which doesn't have the start or end as the you can say as a criteria that इसको कहीं जाके exit करना. Like there are generational businesses which get built. So right now I do feel sometimes, okay, that now I have lost my identity and going through this again may not be a great. If I have to build something, it should last beyond me, right? And I have to think of a business like the way my ancestors have done, right? Building a generational business. That's also possible. The Reliance and Ambanis have done that. ऐसा नहीं कि traditional धंधा बन नहीं सकता वैसे. So these two directions, either maybe think market size first or build something more traditional way where it can outlast you, even if it's not like a
investments.
If it not a VC fundable भी नहीं भी हुआ अगर मतलब.
No, and I agree. 99.99% of the businesses in this country were not funded by VCs.
Now the IPO markets are opened up. Like 100 crore revenue पे people are doing IPO, so that's a real thing to think about.
No, thank you so much, Varun. I really enjoyed this conversation. I think and I believe some of the takeaways for me, definitely are like, especially when you're building, right? Well, I agree with the top-down approach, but sometimes the top-down approach also limits you, because when you're thinking 10 years ahead, you have to start thinking where the profit pool is going to be 10 years from now. Because if you're thinking of today's profit pool, then they should have been building that 5 years in the back. But I think definitely thinking top-down and saying market, see, VC fundable hone ke liye, if you want to be VC fundable, you have to have massive profit pools at the end, right? And that end is where you have to think of, right? You have to start thinking Mansarovar Lake while you're standing here, and then you have to start thinking Everest, Hillary Step when you're sitting at Everest Base Camp, and then you're thinking the summit when you're at Hillary Step. So I think that's how it usually, we look at startups, and that's so supremely important also, that when Cred says, hey, let's look at the profit pools and then build a product for that profit pool, very, very interesting idea. Second, I really love the openness with which you talked about founder burnout. I think we don't talk about it. I mean, we're India, I think mostly globally, we are a very macho image around the founder. Male, female doesn't matter, but females are supposed to be fearless and men are supposed to be macho when you're founders. But honestly, there is fear every single morning.
Yes.
You don't know whether something kuch fat gaya to next day salary kaise bharenge, right? I have been in a situation when I was building my first company where we had $5,000 in the bank account left, $7,000 का rent का bill भरना है, third को भरना था, third night को we have dropped the check inside the landlord's box, not knowing कि कल सुबह पक्का ही bounce होने वाला है, वो phone करेगा, चिल्लाएगा. Somehow that check passed through. I don't know how. कुछ पैसा आया गया. Goodness knows how it happened. And then business rebuilt from there. But yes, there's even today, sometimes it's, and maybe once in a couple of years, you wake up in the morning and you're like, "Arey, check," and then you're like, "Arey, bhai, wo to
abhi paisa hai."
Maybe it's a form of PTSD, you could say. And I think those two very big learnings. And I think third one is to me is how see, exits are never simple. And in your case, you were offered exit 4 or 5 times in your journey. I think 5 times if you counted correctly. And the fourth exit actually led to a fifth exit.
Yeah.
And I think that's what founders need to understand. This is a very messy play, right? Whatever you have, आपने तो exit सोचा भी नहीं था, but काफी लोग, I'm sure you talk to founders today who come with an exit plan.
Yeah.
And you're like, bhai, and mentally you're like, I don't think you know what's going to happen, right? ये सारा M&A बोलते रहते हो, private equity हो जाएगा, but it's not going to happen this way. So I think thank you so much for being so candid, and I really look forward to possibly one day even getting into more of the personal journey, bringing you in as a guest on the Money Talks. But thank you so much. Anything you would like to finally end this conversation today, for our founders?
I think so. If what I always believed is, if I can do a startup, any founder can, because I explained the traits which I had initially. And persistence is the key. Like, that's the only thing we had going. Like, never survive, never giving up. In the absence of strategy, in the absence of, like, when you don't have a top-down approach or strategic things helping you, right? This persistence and brute force, like, keep executing, and somewhere you will evolve or somebody else will notice you, right? The keep going mindset, I think that's going away in the current set of founders. The way you are saying that they're already thinking exit before starting. So at the first sign of trouble, you will think, "Acha, ye to nahi karna."
Yeah.
That's what's
I know
happening.
Founders are already thinking Series B at seed.
Same things happening with relationships. Those are getting shorter also. The same mindset इसमें भी आ रहा है. Like, you're thinking short term. इतने प्रॉब्लम्स आएंगे कि मतलब यू कांट इवन इमेजिन, राइट? तो वहाँ पे एग्जिट का तो माइंडसेट होगा, देन यू विल जस्ट 1 साल में गिव अप कर दोगे.
Now, with that, thank you so much, Varun. Once again, really appreciate the candid conversations, and I look forward to having you back in a different medium. We'll talk about maybe when you launch your next company, we can have another exit series. But thank you once again. Thank you so much.
Thanks for inviting to my first podcast.
Yeah.